Good morning, Britain. In breaking news, overnight, Russian President Vladimir Putin has launched military operations in Ukraine.
We have correspondents in Kiev, Moscow, Washington and London reacting to all the latest in this very fast-moving story.
Good morning, Britain. Boris Johnson and President Zelensky say the next few hours are crucial for Ukraine. Good morning, Britain. Russian forces step up their shelling of Ukrainian cities in a wave of missile strikes.
This around me is the wreckage of all of the vehicles, of all of those people who were desperate to get to safety. They left them here, and then the Russians started bombing that bridge, attacking it as they were trying to get out. President Zelensky was right here yesterday, Sean, as they continue work to exhume bodies from the trenches that Russian soldiers dug to put them in. An aerial bombardment of a residential tower block. 40 people died in this one small area alone. They are ready for a Russian push on Zaporizhzhia.
Ready.
You're ready?
We are ready.
Good morning, Britain, from Downing Street, where the Prime Minister will be joining me for a live interview this morning. The PM will become the first world leader to address the Ukrainian Parliament since the war began.
Good morning, Susanna. Thank you very much for having me on your show.
What can you say to the Ukrainians, and what can we do as a country?
What the UK is doing and has done since the crisis began is lead the world in helping the Ukrainians to protect themselves.
We're joined now from Kyiv by Olena Guinness, who now finds herself sheltering in a basement with her 3 children, the youngest just 4 months old. What would your message be to Boris Johnson, Olena?
Please impose no-fly zone right now and stop this before it gets too late.
Live from the Ukrainian border, this is Good Morning Britain with Susanna Reid.
Good morning, Britain. It's just gone 6 o'clock. Welcome to the programme and welcome to Medica. And as I speak this morning, air raid sirens are sounding across Ukraine. People are arriving over the border. They make their way down this pathway. It's lined with free food stalls if they need something to eat. The most heartbreaking sight here is the kids. They've seen things they shouldn't see.
Пусти и забудь, что прошло уже не вернуть. Все одно, я здолала все давно.
The decision to send Amelia and her brother away must have been a very difficult one for you to make.
Це випробування, це дуже важко.
UNICEF have also issued a stark warning about the impact of the attacks on education, haven't they?
They most certainly have. I mean, children back at home had suffered because of the pandemic, their education disrupted, other ill effects. It was the same here, and yet it's continued because of the conflict with no end in sight.
Just breaking that Ukrainian President Zelensky is making a surprise visit to the UK today, that he's going to be seeing Prime Minister Rishi Sunak.
You're watching Good Morning Britain. We're going to have a look at the front pages now, which are, as you might imagine, dominated by President Zelensky's surprise visit to Britain yesterday. Very moving it was too.
There's a real historical context here as well, because what he's doing is taking a leaf out of Churchill's playbook. In 1940 and 1941, Churchill was doing the same with Roosevelt in America, basically saying, come on, give us the tools and we'll finish the job. That's exactly what Zelensky's doing here this week.